دانه سر با دانه سر بخوالا میخری؟
عمیقه؟
سودا به خانم گرفتم.
باقی ماندیش؟
باقی مانده نداره.
تو باز مکتب میری؟ من تو نگفتم که تو پیش بابیت باشد بابیت مراقبت کن.
نکن. حالا میگم چرا برای بسته میکنی؟ من میرم.
Hi, Yossef Baraki. We are here at Tournai for your movie Mina Walking, which was screened twice tonight. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that we are able to premiere the film in Belgium. It is my first time here, and everyone has been very nice, and the reception has been great so far. And I'm glad to see a lot of people.
You've been graduated for Toronto Film School and also Philosophy School. And what's your relation with Afghanistan, and why did you choose that country for your first long feature film?
Afghanistan has always been in my life because I was born there. My father is Afghani, and I left when I was very young. And although I spent most of my life outside of Afghanistan, I lived in Europe and in America and Canada. Afghan culture has always been with me because if you have a parent from Afghanistan, you always have family members and the traditions and the culture that is around you. So it was always around me.
Have you been there before the shooting of the movie or the preparation of the movie, or was it the first time also?
Yes. I visited a couple of times before. First, it was just to find my family again after all these years, to see them, to meet them, and then to do some tourism, to see the places, trying to reconnect with the culture and the country. And so by the last time that I tried to visit, I was starting to form the story of what I wanted to say. So the first times were more like a tourist coming back, and then the last time was very much in production.
آموختن علم بالای مرد و زن فرض می باشد. پس برای همه ما لازم است که در راه آموختن علم بکوشیم و وقت گرانبهای خود را بیجا ضایع نسازیم.
And so you chose this particular story of a little girl who's struggling through life to make it happen, to survive yet with this family, and a quite particular family also. Can you describe a little bit about this family that she lives in, and also this city where she has to strive?
The way I created this family is I always liked stories, or I was interested in telling stories about families, and especially families that are growing apart, and one person always trying to keep people together. So this is what the story, the universal story of Mina Walking is someone trying to keep their family from falling apart. And in this story, it is a young girl who's 12 years old, and she has the world on her shoulders because she has to take care of her old grandfather and also manage her father, who just happens to be addicted. The dynamic of how I wanted to structure it is that I really, from the experiences that I had with the street children of Afghanistan, I got the impression that they were out on the street because they had been neglected in some way. They didn't have parents who were actively telling them to go to school. The parents were either telling them to go to work and make money, or they didn't have any parents. And so, because this is a story about street children, the story and her family had to reflect that.
پرتام تا بالا کدام سر خانم نان چیزی نه.
چپ بخاطر تو فروشنده خوب هستی برای با خارج بسازی تو فروشنده خوب هستی من شام چی بیش
کوکو سیکو کوکو چاپش سیکو کوکو بیتر شامپو کوکو شامپو کوکو چاپش کوکو چینست نه کوکو در جوال است کوکو از که دیگه کوکو اصلش پیدا نمیکنی.
نه
کوکو از که دیگه اصلش پیدا
نه من قبول نکردم.
کوکو از که کوکو
There's also some kind of fatality about this way of living. Did you write the script before you went there, or was it induced by your relationship with those children that you met there?
It was a little bit of both. I wrote a treatment, an outline, a basic idea of what I wanted to do, where I wanted it to start and end, but I didn't have a specific detailed script. And the reason for that was because I knew that once I went over to Afghanistan and interacted with people and environment, that I would find things that are so natural that I could never write them, because I could never imagine them. And so deliberately I didn't write a full script. I just had an idea, and I went with this idea to Afghanistan, and then I worked with the actors, with the people, and with the environment to create this reality.
Where did you shoot actually? Where was there a particular city or different kind of locations? And was it difficult also to work there with the people living there also?
We filmed the entire film. We filmed in Kabul, which is the capital of Afghanistan, and we shot in different areas, in the markets that are closer to the downtown area. Then we out on the outside of the city where the poor people live, where Mina's house is. So we traveled Kabul, and that's where we filmed. We had the trouble with filming in Afghanistan sometimes is that because our shots were mostly outside and interacting with reality, we had to deal with shop owners who are maybe unhappy with us filming. We had to deal with people looking into the camera, which was the biggest challenge, is that when you have a camera in Afghanistan, everyone wants to be in the movie, so everyone starts looking at the camera. So I had to use a very small camera and hide it in my bag and only take it out when I filmed. So we developed these strategies to remain unseen on set by having a small crew, wear local clothes, and not show equipment, and only film when it's absolutely necessary. So.
Did it also influence your way of shooting the close-ups, like you said, the shooting like a little bit hiding from the people, or did you also get influenced by other directors in your choosing?
This was very much, it started by my love of the work of the Dardenne brothers. I really love how their movies look like documentaries. They look like they were not rehearsed, but in fact, if you listen to what they say, is that they rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and do sometimes 80, 90 takes in order to create that reality. And that's what I find so fascinating. I'm not interested in special effects. I'm interested in how does a person go so far and create such an honest representation of reality? How do you recreate reality so perfectly? And so that was my inspiration, and I knew that when I went to Afghanistan, I wanted to work with people and rehearse them in order to create a film that felt like a documentary but wasn't one.
ما خودم پشت کار میگردم.
تو باز شرکه بطور مواد مخدر مفروشی؟
چی میگی؟ ما دفتر نفهمیدم. دیدی؟ میگردنش میبرم. فهمیدی؟
Can you tell us about the values that you want to show in your movie, that you wanted people to feel also?
I really wanted I wanted it to feel like an observation of 7 days in her life, and obviously she has going through a lot of hardships, but like any child, she tries to find some humor in her life, and to me the most important moments in the film, the ones I love the most, are the moments of quiet, the moments where she is smiling, she's singing, and the reflecting moments. There's a shot of her after she wakes up and she does all of her work, she walks on the roof and she's very quiet and she's just reflecting. And many times I've heard people say, you should take that out, that's too long, that doesn't make any sense, just take it out of the movie. And I never wanted to do it because I strongly believe that scene is a very important part of the story and a very important part of how the audience comes on Mina's side and really comes to understand what her place in society is.
The movie was well acclaimed throughout many festivals in the world. How did you expect that the success of this movie?
I had absolutely no expectation. In fact, when I think about it now, I think, wow, why wasn't I seeing all this? But when you're making a movie, you're really just trying to go day by day and finish every day and just try to get through it. So I didn't have time to think about all these awards, all these festivals. But it's been so great because so many people have been able to see the movie, and just being here in Belgium and premiering the film here in Belgium has just been great. And I've been going to different countries like this and showing the people the film, and that has been very special, and that's the most rewarding for me.
One last question. Are you working on another project right now? Is it also in Afghanistan or otherwhere else in the world?
I have a few things that I want to do, and I can't say which one I'm going to do next because I'm not sure of what the situation in Afghanistan would be when I want to go. I have a project in Afghanistan, but I also want to focus on other parts of maybe Canada and Europe, but that will all depend on the situation in Afghanistan and whether I'm allowed to make another movie there, but I would love to make another movie there.
Thank you very much, Yossef Baraki, for Mina Walking, and good luck for the rest of the festival. Thank you.
Thank you so much.